Oh, he's out of the car, yeah. I said Ninetales was going to race today, but I haven't heard from him. Anyway, time to commentate. Welcome to the 6th round of the NPL Championship in Season 10. We're here at Spa-Francorchamps for the, 6th race. While the Indy 500 is going on, which is convenient. And we have 9 drivers today, the least of the season so far. But we are scheduled to have 2 more joining later on with Dervas and Crazy Gruffman, who were racing yesterday, of course. Dervas getting a career best result of 2nd yesterday. Oh, sorry, 3rd in Monaco. Was it 3rd? I need to check my fucking notes. Anyway. So Pioneer is first on the timing table for some reason, but there you go. First drive on track, however, is a Lone Mouse with a light. So Day the Goat making his return this race just behind him, and it's time. Dylan is such a fucking coward when it comes to racing. Anyway, Isaac coming out the pit lane, so too is Alexis, who's returning here today as well, the German driver for Red Bull. Teammates with Thijs, he's also racing today. This has the potential to be a phenomenal Grand Prix with the likes of Isaac and Thijs going wheel to wheel, hopefully, in this race at Spa today. We have a qualifying session first, of course. I'm going to have to post the stream into the chat so that you can all watch. And as Thijs slowing down right in front of Isaac, I think that was, as it was. Almost made contact there, but so far nothing happening at the moment. We're waiting for only YAYYYY John. Yeah, that's been added for some reason. I don't know why people want that so much, but oh, and Thijs has brought the yellow flags out as he spins into the gravel at the Lake chicane. That's not good. So Thijs changing a lot of settings, hoping to gain some time here. But so far, first driver to set a lap. Alone Mouse coming through the final chicane now. The bus lap chicane looking to set the first time here. The former championship leader in this season. Currently 3rd in the standings, just 3 points away from his teammate YAYYYY John, who after winning Monaco yesterday took the championship lead away. And it's the only driver still in the pit lane. Oh, you're right. Sorry, Dan is right. The driver Dan had to correct me during the commentary. It was, in fact, Isaac who's 3 points behind Alone Mouse. Sorry, 3 points ahead of Alone Mouse. YAYYYY John is 2nd after winning yesterday because he was 4th in the standings going into Monaco after finishing 1st in that race, his first career victory. He then jumped up to 2nd in the standings just behind Isaac. Alone Mouse dropped down to 3rd from 1st in the standings, so Isaac, after just being 3 races into his career, is leading the championship for the first time. Yellow flags are out again. I think that's Thijs. Slowing down, so too is Dan in the final sector. But we're going to watch Alone Mouse's lap as he comes through into Puan. Nice and committed through there. You can generally go flat out through that corner. We're going to have to watch the telemetry throughout the session to see who does and doesn't decide to do that. But as they come through, it is Alone Mouse. Oh yeah, flags again. Is that Thijs? No, it's Falaxis, I think. He has spun around on his lap. I saw some straight. It looks pretty overcast here today, so the weather could be coming into play towards the end of the session, but we don't know yet. Yeah, flags again. Falaxis slows down to lap past the Aston Martin of Isaac, who is on a lap here. Pretty good middle sector so far. Falaxis had to back out of his lap, sadly. Thijs with the purple middle sector, faster than... Oh, sorry, that's the first sector he has the fastest, so just slightly faster than Isaac going through there. So it's going to be very competitive here today, as often is the case when Isaac is in the session. But Alone Mouse sets the first time with a 1 minute 45.0. It's pretty good so far. Cyril Pioneer now does his lap heading through the chicane. Who's next? It's Day the Goat coming across the line. What's it going to be? It's a 147.1. That is almost 2 seconds slower, unfortunately, than Alone Mouse. Next, I believe, is Isaac. What can he do now as he heads through the final sector? Coming through. Yeah, flags are out again as the Red Bull going slowly. Is that Thijs or is that for Alexis? We'll have to find out in a moment. Across the line, Isaac goes fastest with a 1 minute 42.4 there. Massive improvement over the cars behind. And your boy John in his outlap is heading through the bus stop chicane. Where is Tice is the question. Tice now heading past his teammate, coming into the final sector, it looks like. Could he give his teammate a tow? Lexus could down here, but is it worth it? Is the question. He does move out of the way. Tice now heading through the bus stop chicane. A little bit of a tow from his teammate. Great work there. Oh, there's a crash in IndyCar in the pit lane. That's not good. And across the line, Tice sets the second fastest time, 6/10 off of YAYYYY on his first lap. YAYYYY looking very fast here today. But that's not the most important part of the session. For Lexus, making a small mistake. Dan also heading through the first corner now. On his first lap, 1 minute 44.0. He's third currently in the session. Big, as is often the case at this track in this league, in fairness, big spread between the drivers. I don't know. Oh, VK crashed. Anyway, disappointment for the Dutch fans as Rinus VK crashed out of the Indy 500 just now, but in other news, Dan is third. Now, I think the difference between Tice and YAYYYY may have been from fuel. We'll have to find out. As I'm not sure how much fuel Tice has in his car since I can't see that. Dan also running low on fuel. He's probably going to come to the pit lane at the end of this lap. Alomas, who set the first lap of the session, is currently in the pit lane. The former championship leader, who's now third in the standings behind his teammate and YAYYYY, is now fourth in the standings of qualifying. Only 1/10 between Graham Cracker 69 and Cyril Pioneer for 6th and 7th place, very close between those two. And Graham Cracker's looking to hopefully gain some time on his next lap. With 3 people watching, welcome to the stream. We are here at Spa for the 6th round of the NPL Championship in Season 10. Eat Boy John, let's watch his lap as he goes around because he is going to be setting one now across the line. It's a 1:46.2. Slots just between the aforementioned Graham Crackers and Cyril Pioneer, who are already very close. Now we have 3 cars separated by less than a tenth of a second. Oh, Tice has a massive crash on his lap of some kind, did he? Or maybe that just come back to the pit lane, I think. And now he has damage on the front wing. And that could... I don't think he did, in fairness. Yeah, he was already really far down his lap. Yeah, Cyril wasn't on lap. He was 12 seconds down the middle sector, so... let's have a look at what happened to Tice. I wish I could have replays in this session. They should add that to this mode. Like, if you press a button, you should be able to go into a thing called replay mode, where you can just kind of rewind a driver's, like, history. And it should, like, accentuate if the car's gone around or something. Anyway. So YAYYYY is on provisional pole by 6/10 of a second over Tice in second. What? Oh yeah, the VK did. So, funny enough, we have an Aston Martin in first and Aston Martin in last here. It's an Aston Martin sandwich for the field in qualifying at the moment in PL. Pato is not winning this race. He never wins this race. He's never going to win this race, I'm telling you. He's like Rossi, bro. Except, like, the Rossi of the Indy 500. Because Rossi sucks. YAYYYY leading the race, qualifying session, sorry, I don't know why I was saying race. He's going to lead the race at this rate on the first lap because of this situation, but we could see a Grosjean style start crash here with 9 people, and we hopefully will see some more people joining. I'll invite anyone else who's joining. Let's have a check of our little old... I'm going to invite Dervas. Has my stream died? Yeah, it is. Anyway. Can YAYYYY get pole position here in MPL? Heading through the final sector. Looking to start his lap. And as he heads through now, we're going to ride it on board with his lap here. Trying a wide exit, didn't hit the apex, but he will get a straighter exit heading off the final corner to start his lap. Into his lap he goes, first corner, very nice and connected as he heads through the first turn now. using the overtake button on exit, trying to just get the better exit off the corner through the traction phase, heading up towards Eau Rouge and Radeon, and then onto the Camel Straight through the DRS sign. And yeah, flags are out again. I think there's a McLaren or a Red Bull going slowly in the middle sector, but through sector 1, another purple first sector by almost 2/10 for Eliza. That was a beautiful first sector from him. He really gained loads of time there in the first corner. I could tell that was a good corner because he used some really good engine braking to get some rotation for turn 1. Heading through the middle part of the lap, Serial moves out of the way in front, as you can see on the track map, and Eliza now coming through, just misses the apex and drifts a little bit wide there, going through the unnamed corner, which I will not name. I believe it may have had a name recently, but I don't really care. Into Puan he goes. That was completely flat out for him in 7th gear. That was very nice. Overtake button corner off the corner. Dervas has joined. Welcome to the race, Dervas. You'll be racing for Ferrari, I believe. Or maybe, I think it will be Mercedes, actually. That's good. Oh, and on the gravel a little bit there goes Isaac. And, oh, and he almost spun out. And he lost all his time and he backs off his lap. That's a shame. And that's it for Isaac's lap. So, that's a shame as Tice conveniently started his lap right as I said that. So we'll watch him instead. Into time when he goes. Very nice rotation. Use all of the curve there. Drifts out a little bit wider than Eliza did through the corner, but we'll see how this goes. Same thing that Eliza did, using the overtake button, then turning it up again to get the hot lap down the straight, get some better sort of traction off the corner. I think he used the wrong gear though, heading up the hill, because the car just seemed to fly him out just a little bit on the curb and lose some time. But we'll see how his first sector weighs up in comparison to Eliza. It's not purple, but it is an improvement for Tice's first sector. What's not mentioned to people enough is how important it is to use the right gear heading through Radeon, because the car does lose a lot of time going up the hill. So it's important to sort of set that out very much better. That was a much better apex from Tice than it was for Eliza, who missed the apex on that corner. So Tice's lap so far looks so good. Flat out through the middle sector. Welcome Devas to the Discord chat. And heading now through the 2 middle sector corners. Forgot the names of these, but there you go. It's the first time we've raced here at Spa since, I believe, season 7? Maybe season 9. Purple middle sector for Tice, 2.5 tenths, over 2.5 tenths faster than anybody and his own previous best. So it's all about the final sector here and how much time he can gain. He's used all the deployment he can. Good stuff from Tice. Heading to the final chicane. Where will this weigh up in comparison to Eliza? Is it purple ahead of him? It's not. 4 tenths off of Eliza still. But it's a big track, so big gaps in qualifying are expected no matter how good the drivers are. So it's all about the race pace where things get interesting. Dan comes into the pit lane now with low fuel. It's still on a 144.0. It's the only drivers in the 142 so far are Tice and Eliza, and I think they'll remain that way as the session goes on. Dan saying you can get a 42 because in time trial you got a 42.7, but this isn't time trial because time trial is actually, it's really difficult to get that level of stability at this track is the hardest part. Low downforce tracks personally are my Achilles heel, but that's just because I don't like tracks where traction is limited. That's true. But then the same applies to the session too. Oh, Serial has spun out of turn 1. He just gained a second on his previous lap. He's in a 145.1. So he just finished this lap, and I think he might have moved out the way to let someone pass, I think. And Serial now up to 6th. Only a 10th off of Alomos, who's the former championship leader for Laxis as well. I didn't see that. He's in 4th now. Very good lap from the Red Bull driver. And a 45.0 as well. So it's very competitive actually in the midfield. Between 4th and 7th, only separated by 8 tenths of a second. And 1.2 seconds the gap between 4th and 8th. Pretty close. As Falaxis just cut straight across Radeon and Eau Rouge because he wants to get back to the pit lane quickly, I assume. And yellow flags are out for Dan, who's going slow on his outlet. And Tice, oh, Falaxis went straight on. I'm on board with him now, and he goes across. That was scary. I could not tell what was going on there. Tice in the pit lane now, and let's see what your boy John can do on his lap. He's 2 tenths up in the middle sector. Sorry, in the first sector. That was the first sector split into the middle sector now. Oh, I think there's been another crash in IndyCar because Schwartzman's changing his front wing. Wait, purple middle sector for Yeet Boy. This is a very good lap from Yeet Boy. 7/10 up on his lap. So he could actually see him getting into the top 3 here on this pace. Very good pace from Yeet Boy in the middle sector. I can't believe that was a purple middle sector. That was very smooth. But just like Tice, he ran out of deployment in the final part of the lap because he used too much down the Camel Straight. It's the only issue he's having. It's not about the ERS deployment, it's about what gear you use through Erosion Radion is what I think, because that's what Elazic's been using to get that really good first sector. Across the line, 1 minute 44.1. Narrowly misses out on Dan's 3rd place. Just a tenth, just over a tenth behind him. What an incredible qualifying session this has been, actually. Safety car? I think it's both. I think it's both Schwartzman and VK, but I don't think there's any rain. Yellow's in the final corner as Philaxis comes into the pit lane. So Lazik on his outlap here. Tice also on his outlap now. Cars should be coming into the pit lane. E-Boy might have just messed himself up here. He tried going out of sync. He's got no fuels to do another lap, so I think that's it for Eat Boy. 144.1 is the best he can do, despite the purple middle sector he got. It's not going to be enough. And to get near the top 2, who have been pretty much untouchable on these permanent circuits this season. Eliza Katai is absolutely the fastest drivers this season overall. Dylan has shown pace at tracks like Australia, and also in the second race of the season at Las Vegas, where he won the race dominantly. But other than that, he has had a difficult season, having not raced the last 2 races. Oh, Graham Crackers has retired. Why was that? Was that just a retire in general, or was he... I think he just retired because he didn't expect to... Oh no, okay. Just got out of the way of Alone Mouse in time. Oh, Alone Mouse almost spun out through Radion and over Rouge there. But I think he's alright, I'll get away with that. Heading down the Camel Straight now. What's it going to be for the sector time? People need to stop burning too much ERS on that straight. 2 tenths down in the first sector for Alone Mouse, so... Hasn't quite had the pace this weekend at this track. He seems to really struggle on these sorts of circuits. Dan, as of the first sector, is 900s down, but all can be made up for in the middle sector. As he heads through now, big wiggle, and off he goes. On the curb, just unsettling the car enough. The car is very sensitive to curbs at this track. 2 tenths down now for Dan, but it would happen in real life, Dan. It's because your turning angle was too much. You can ride the curb if you don't turn too much. Oh, and Dan's a huge accident! Huge accident for Dan. Into the barriers hard, going through Blanchimont. That was a big crash, but I think that was on purpose, just so he could end the session. But that was a very spectacular way to do so. So I can't complain, something to commentate. Elizik, again, purple first sector. What an incredible pace he has there. Unbelievable. What's Tice gonna do? As he heads down the Camel Straight, he's got his teammate giving him a tow potentially. Is his teammate gonna get in the way actually? Oh no, his teammate's already finished. The session has ended, so 6,000's up for Tice. Oh no, and Philaxis AI car has impeded Tice. That wasn't Philaxis' fault. That can't be a penalty given because... No, but it wasn't his fault though. That will not be a good penalty. There's no way that's not fair. That was very stupid. Very unfortunate there for Tice, who... F125 is going to fix that problem, you know. It's going to be the same. Oh, big crash in IndyCar. Big crash. Very big crash in IndyCar. It is. Larson's out. Thank God for that. Anyway, out the final corner, Eliza comes across the line for 1 minute 42.2, the fastest lap of the session, and it is pole position for Eliza. Yeah, Kiffin Simpson crashed again as well. He's not going through the barrier, bro. Wait, who's that on the inside wall? Oh shit, no, not Stingray Rob. I love Stingray Rob. Is my stream running, by the way, guys? I don't know. Probably like... Wait, Larson's not going to race for that, is he? Oh shit. I'm going to say Larson, fuck it. I think he will. He'll come back and win. Was it not? Yeah, it is. I thought it was Polo for a second. I got my hopes up. It was the red and yellow kind of thing. It was kind of dumb, like dulled down. That was a big crash for him, actually. I want to see what happened to Stingray Rob. Yeah, so welcome to NPL Season 10 Race 6. Big crash for it in IndyCar. And it's time though for NPL Season 10 Race 6 at Spa. We have 13 races left to go in the championship, all to play for. Elias at the championship leader on pole position as we start the formation lap. And it's Tyson second place on the grid, Dan with a great lap in third place. And then it is your boy John, the driver second in the championship. We've got just coming off his first career win in Monaco. In fourth place, Serial Pioneer in fifth. And then it is for Lexus in sixth. Lomas in seventh. Dervas has joined, and it looks like Crazy Girlfriend unfortunately did not join us for this race here today. Oh man, I did, yeah, but he hasn't joined. That was a huge crash for Stingray Rob. Hit the wall really hard, head on. Onto the tyre wall. I saw it just in the corner of the shot. Yeah, he did. On board with Simpson. Let's see what happened to him. Hit the wall pretty hard. Oh. Oh, that wasn't him. Wait, there's Stingray Rob. Look behind. I want to see what happened. Look behind. Fucking Ericsson. Anyway. Oh, here's on board. On board with Stingray. Here we go. So he overtook Larson on the restart straight away before he even crossed the line. Is that allowed? Well, he did. There you go. Someone just overtook him as well. So 3 wide into turn 1. He backed out. Fair enough. Good. And then as he came through turn 2, nowhere to go as Larson just got loose, spun in front of everybody. He got loose, hits the wall on the outside, and then just drives left and boom into the inside wall. That wasn't too bad. Graham Crackers and Day the Goat have collided meanwhile in the formation lap, and that has caused some trouble. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It looked bigger on the offboard. Oof. Well, it's still bigger than any crash we're ever going to have in our lives, so... Well, hopefully. You flew out of a car in real life. Oh damn. I thought you said car, bro. I was like, bro, how is bro not traumatized? That's what I'm saying. Bro flew out of a car. I just dropped that randomly, very casually, bro. Yeah, because they got disqualified. Oh, spin under the formation lap. Is that Tice? It is. He spun. What are you doing, Tice? You're just ruining your tires, bro. Tice messes up. Why is DRS enabled now? Anyway, here we go, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Belgian Grand Prix here. That was immediate. Oh, comes down, around goes Felix hard into the wall with Stay the Goats involved. He's out of the race. Immediately, safety car deployed. What a start. Relaxus got smashed into by Day the Goat, and he's out immediately. What a shame for Day the Goat. Teammates with Eliza looking to get points for Aston Martin in the Constructors' Championship. Oh, and Leo Mouse has given the place back to Graham Crackers. I think he overtook him illegally under the safety car. I think, was that Cyril in the gravel in turn 1? Oh, and the safety car is going to take forever now, which means at least we can watch the Indy 500, hopefully, if they restart, but there's kind of a yellow right now. But Eliza is leading from Ty second, down in third. Let's watch the position changes. Graham Crackers up 2 places, so too for Dervas, and there they go out of the race immediately with Falaxis getting involved in that crash at the start. He will spun straight across the path of Day the Goat into the inside wall, and then a T-bone collision took Dayligo out of the race completely, and Felix is lucky to get away with that without being out of the race. Does he have any damage is the question. He does. Significant damage to the right side of the front wing. Looks like... If anyone wants to see the crash that was at the start of the Belgium race just now, just watch my stream, you'll see it. He's still in the race, he has damage, but... Isaac though is leading the race still. Here's the potential strategies that you can see on the graphic. We're looking at an interesting race. Let's have a look at the tyres actually, that's what I want to see right now. Soft tyres for the top three, but YAYYYY going long on the mediums is an interesting strategy. Let's see how that turns out for him. Alimas, also his teammate, also on the medium tyres. So VCAR looking to do a different strategy here today. Maybe going long, looking to have the pace at the end of the race to make overtakes. But they're going to have to fend off a lot of drivers around them to try and make that strategy work in the early phases of this race, because the medium is awful at Spa on the first stint. Oh, Durvas pitting too. He should pit for hards. I think that'll be a good strategy, because then he could maybe try and get to the end of the race. And he pits for mediums, and Philaxis goes onto hards. That's a good strategy. Philaxis onto hards. Mediums for Durvas. I told you, Thais. Thais, you fucking idiot. Thais' tyres are 14% wear because for some reason he thought doing donuts before the race would be a good idea. Purple first sector for Dan. What an incredible first sector. Almost 20 seconds off the pace of qualifying. There's going to be a crash on the safety car, I'm telling you. Someone's going to get hit. It's probably going to be Dan. Dan's going to crash into the safety car. That'd be really funny. Oh no! I didn't realise what happened to Schwartzman. He crashed into his pit members. What the fuck? I didn't realise he crashed. Oh, he's out. He's out of the race. He crashed into his pit members, bro. Why is Tyson's voice so funny, bro? I don't know why. Oh. Oh! Is that a broadcast safety car? Honestly, I'm not complaining. I don't like watching people driving the safety car. It's really boring. People hating on Dan because you forgot to turn off broadcast safety car. But you know what? After Las Vegas, it made the race more interesting. Yeah. Wait, he's from Israel? I fucking hate Rob Schwartzman now. Fuck him. Anyway. Ew, what a gross bastard. Fuck Robert Schwartzman, bro. You know what? I immediately don't like him. Yeah, why to Israel of all places? That's worse than Russia. Anyway. I'm gonna get like demonetized for saying that. Why am I on board with Dan? Can someone? There we go. Oh, and Dan Tice almost hit Isaac, and there's a collision in the back potentially. Cars slowing down dramatically as Philaxis went off the track to avoid the chaos. Understandably so. Will Tice make a move on Isaac in the first part of the lap? We'll find out shortly. Let's have some telemetry so we can see what's going on. We're going to watch the tyre life so far. Out the final corner goes Isaac. Tice wheel spinning as he comes out the final turn. Dan now is going to be all over the back of him. Isaac using some battery. Tice deciding to preserve it. Into the straight now. Is this a chance for Tice to take the lead of the race? Let's find out. Up the hill we go. It is Eliza under pressure, actually, as Tice from Dan. Heading through now, down the Camel Straight. There's battles behind. Tice using too much ERS and the purple first sector for Eliza. Despite that, says a lot about how fast Eliza is in this race, as he's now being chased down by Tice in the Red Bull. Now, with Tice's tyre life, I think this has already given the advantage to Eliza, also with more ERS, so this is a very fascinating race already. But Dan in third place, actually keeping touch with the leaders for now, so this is good to see Dan being up front again. Meanwhile, behind YAYYYY John is the cork in the bottle for a huge trade of cars in the midfield from 4th down to 8th. Lexus, unfortunately, on the hard tyre, seems to drop back a bit from this pack of cars. Dan is all over the back of Tice here, with better tyre life. Both cars struggling for grip here. Tice just wants to stay in touching distance of Eliza here, as he goes very wide, almost off the track there went Eliza, I think. That's going to give Tice a huge run going down the next straight, heading towards Blanchimont. Eliza is trying to get out of that crucial ERS range. Dan wasting his ERS. Oh, as around goes Lexus. He spun out there at Stavolo. That's a shame for him though. He's already lost a lot of time now, and the strategy that was seemingly going to work pretty well for him now coming undone immediately, unless there's another safety car. Tice needs to hurry up to get in that DRS range of Eliza, who has incredible pace here. Oh yeah, flags again. Oh, crash at turn 1. Alomas is around. That's the former championship leader. I think he made contact with Graham Crackers heading through turn 1. Here comes Dan now. He's got DRS on Tice. And Eliza now in the perfect position to pull away here. Dan takes second place away from Tice. And just like Silverstone, Tice has thrown away the chance to win the race. Nah, you can still win at the end if there's a safety car. You just need a strategy to help you out. That's why you practice, Tice. Also, I don't think it's trash. I think it's just Eliza's forcing you to push more than you want to because he's fast. Also good to Tice with one out because you were doing donuts on the straight. Anyway, Tice is third. Oh, and Dervas has he got past Graham Crackers here? Yes, he has. Who's running out of battery and still is slow in the cars ahead. Serial has plenty of battery to use, but struggling to stay with these guys. Oh, and down the inside goes Dervas into the inside of the corner. That's a great move there. Just before Stavro, I forgot what that corner's called, but there you go. Great move there from Dervas. Oh, and Cyril almost spun out, and that might give some encouragement to Graham Crackers here. Dan losing time ever more to Eliza in first place. Tice just needs to get back in touching distance of the leaders. This has not been a great race here for Tice, unfortunately, so far. Struggling for grip here today. Honest with the setup not quite working for him. Dan actually looks to be in the perfect seat to get his first second place since Las Vegas this season. And that'd be great for Dan. He's had a very up and down season so far. Dan threw away a podium yesterday after crashing in a straight line. And that says a lot about Dan's career. Yeah, whatever. Alomas pitting now for a new front wing after he spun at turn 1. And Lexus on the hard tyres is 10.5 seconds off this pack at the front. The closest battle on the track is the battle for second between Tice and Dan. Tice is barely staying in touching distance of Dan. And as ever, Eliza is absolutely rapid. I have no idea how this guy isn't a league racer. It's actually kind of sad. But Eliza pulling away easily from the pack here. And as they head down towards Puan, YAYYYY John is slowly reeling in the guys in second. Wait, what? Yeah. Says a lot about how stupid this game is. YAYYYY on the mediums. I've started to come back to him around goes Lexus again. Oh no, that was a low mouse. A low mouse spun out by himself. The hard tyres are terrible, so looks like some data given to the drivers here. Hard tyres are not a good idea. Just in general, I think soft medium is definitely going to be the right strategy here today. Which is why I think it's strange to go on the softs, because mediums look like the better race tyre given how good YAYYYY is doing right now. He has full battery. He was very confident in his strategy, you can tell from the way he's driving. And Oh, he almost spins out! Right as he said that, commentator's curse, around he goes at the bus stop chicane. And the race that could have come into his hands there has fallen away. Now Dervas goes up to 4th place. The reserve driver from Mercedes, doing better than both Mercedes drivers combined, is now into 4th. Your boy John is down to 5th place with now Cyril looking to close in on him. But he has a lot of battery to burn, does he, boy? So I think he should use it now. That's such a shame for the driver coming off his first career victory last time out of Monaco. And here we go, Tice with DRS on Dan. 4 seconds off the lead. Elizik has blistering pace in that Aston Martin. And in order to get within that lead fight, I think we're going to need another safety car here today, which isn't impossible at a track with such slow downforce. And in the pit lane comes Ground Crackers now, going onto hard tyres. The softs just do not seem like a good tyre in this race so far. Dervas doesn't have the pace to catch up to Tyson Dan, looks like, because he's losing time. And that's a shame, because Zebo had the pace absolutely to get in this lead fight. Or at least to get into the right for second, I mean. Oh, and Dan almost spun out. Almost spun out on no-name corner, and there goes Tice alongside him into Pouan. Side by side, around the outside, can he make the stick? He goes for it! Contact, and around he goes! Tice saves it! What a save from Tice! They make contact with Dan heading through Pouan. That was terrifying, and there goes Dan down the inside of Tice again! And he backs out. Unbelievable scenes here in Spa. Wow. Incredible stuff there. And Tice still in 2nd place there, and that's lost them a lot of time to the leaders now. Does Dan have damage? Dan has damage to the front wing. Unbelievable there. He tried to defend his place at Pouan. Oversteered into Tice. Got damage. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. You neither of you did anything wrong. Yeah, it was. Dan, you oversteered into him. Oh, and Tice pits. That's a good idea, because honestly, I don't see what the point of staying out would be. Did you get a penalty? What does that mean? Tice, go! Oh. Oh. LSU stop was slow. I was wondering why a stop was so slow. Tice with a bad stop there. He's on mediums now, so he's looking to go to the end of this race. 14 laps to go after this one. Dan needs to push now. Elizik leading this race comfortably now in the Aston Martin. I should take it as a compliment that I'm the only person who's actually battled with Elizik this season. Like, properly, I mean, for the lead of the race. Because... and this race, the setup seems to be pretty shit too. In fairness, now you've got mediums, you should be pretty fast. So Ty's looking to make inroads on Elizik's lead. But Elizik will just do a normal strategy and most likely do an overcut on him and probably overtake him again. But we'll see how that goes. Because Elizik has every bit of an advantage in his favour. Purple modal sector for Tice on his outlap. Crucial for him in this race. He has got a lot of battery to burn too, so looking pretty good here. Elizik actually hasn't even got full battery. He's only on half battery in that Aston Martin, so pretty chilled out he seems, but going to keep an eye on the gaps to Tice. As of right now, he would pit and rejoin in 5th place on the track, I believe. And Dan complaining about how his turn 1 went there. Any battles on track, Heat Boy is the closest driver to a battle as he's closing in rapidly on Devas for 3rd place, which is the net P4 once the pit stop cycle ends. The hard tyres not seeming to work very well for these guys. Cyril is pitted for fresh hards, so too is Grand Crackers and Alomos. Very spread out race here today. There they go, it's such a shame for him as he crashed out of the race at the very start. Oh, Alexis on board now. I'm very old hards. It's going to be having to defend from Cyril eventually if they continue as they are now. Devas sort of keeping that. Actually closed in rapidly on Dan this lap, and as for Heat Boy John, he is slowly but surely etching his way closer to this pack. Oh, Ethan's joined. Hi Ethan. Yeah, but you can watch the race if you want. As Tice has gained a lot of time, and there goes Ethan playing. Lovely. Tice 2.5 seconds up on his previous best lap. And there goes Eliza pitting. Eliza pits on lap 9. So this is crucial for Eliza to be a good pit stop. Of course, the stop for Tice wasn't the best, and he had a lot of time he lost, so this could be pivotal for his race. Dan is also going to lose a lot of time here to the race leader, but now Dan leads the race, hoping for a safety car. He's within the safety car window to pit and come out in the lead. Dan getting a safety car now would actually put him right in contention for the race win. Here comes Tice to the fastest lap of the race. He's going to come out very close to Eliza, much closer than he was, but he still has to make up a lot of time to catch up to him. The gap is currently 5 seconds. It didn't look like that big of a gap when he came out of the pit lane. It's only gained about a second on Eliza in the pit stop cycle. Crazy. There's a yellow again in Indy for some reason. Even though they were about to restart, but they didn't. And if there's rain on the restart lap, that'd be so depressing. Crazy good from why would you? Dumbass. Such a shame. Anyway, Dan leading from Dervas second, who's closing it. Meanwhile, oh, Dan has an issue there. Here comes YAYYYY and Dervas as well, actually, because they're both getting rapidly on the leader. Tice actually gained a bit of time on Eliza. Now he's really locking in. Yeah. No, Dervas. Oh yeah, Dervas has pitted, yeah. YAYYYY hasn't. YAYYYY hasn't pitted. Dervas technically has, but yeah. He doesn't need to pit again, but he probably will have to eventually. Eliza is closing in on this traffic, and Tice is closing in on Eliza actually with some great pace, so he's gained 6/10 on him here on this lap. And the battle for the net P3 in this race is brewing up here. YAYYYY is all over the back of Dervas now. This is for the on-track race lead, the battle for 4th place on the track. As Dan pits, and is going to come out way behind Tice and Eliza now. YAYYYY closing in on Dervas. And YAYYYY, the only battle on track here at the moment is between these two, and Eliza is actually closing on both of them. This is actually really bad for Eliza. Down the inside goes YAYYYY. This is for 3rd place, and he gets the place back on Dervas. And now this is going to hold up Eliza massively now as he heads through on. They're both going so slowly now compared to how he wants to be going, and this is perfect for Tice. Tice needs them to slow him down so he can get back in this lead fight. As Dervas and YAYYYY battling hard for the race lead on track. Meanwhile, Eliza looking to get past both of them here on the straight. And given how much ERS he has, I wouldn't be surprised at all if that does actually happen. Oh, but he's losing so much time in the middle sector, and he does not need this. Oh, and Dervas goes wide and lets him pass. I don't know if he was letting him pass or if he was actually making a mistake missing the apex there. But that makes life a lot easier for Eliza here. And he's going to overtake YAYYYY now heading into the final chicane. The drivers who were battling for the race win last time out in Monaco, battling once again here in Spa around the outside of Blanchimont. That was a nice move there from Eliza, but it was pretty much done before the corner even got to him. And as he comes through the final chicane now, he really does use all the curves at this track to get as much time as he can. Eliza, meanwhile, gets past Serial. It's a battle now for 7th place on the track. And Phylaksis has managed to overtake Serial, but Serial is going to try and get back at him. See if he can make a move going down here. YAYYYY John is still within a second of Eliza, who's pulling away from the pack now. And Tice needs to close in on these two cars in front if he wants to get back in this lead fight. Oh, and Phylaksis almost spun out there, heading through the final chicane. YAYYYY still needs to pit, so he's going to have really good tyres at the end of the race, but see if it's worth it. Really crazy strategy race here today. Completely different strategies for every single car. Very few drivers have actually pitted on the same lap. Oh, and Phylaksis almost spun out, and here goes Serial straight back past him again. And that means he's going to get DRS though, so Phylaxis now is going to have a chance. He's going to have the upper hand going down the Camel Straight. Cyril's losing momentum as he goes up the hill, and side by side they go. DRS for Phylaxis, and he pulls away rapidly. Look how much faster he is down the straight with the DRS. He's gained almost a second on him already towards the end of the straight, and that is 6th place for Phylaxis now in this race. Good move there from him. Down now, driving his own race, but behind Dervas, crucially. So he's lost ground here in this battle for position. So he actually is now in a net P4. And we'll see where YAYYYY John comes out in all this when he pits. Tice is gaining gradually on YAYYYY and is actually keeping a pretty level gap here to Alexic now. So it looks like the pace deficit has come down a fair amount here. Restart an Indy 500 as well. Done saying that was scary as he heads to him. And there goes Alexic with the fastest lap of the race. YAYYYY, oh. There's YAYYYY pitting for soft tyres. That's a very aggressive strategy at this stage of the race, given the way the soft tyres have been. So, the battle is now between YAYYYY John and Dervas for 3rd place, as Phylaxis and Cyril once again swap places into the first part of the lap, and that means Cyril now will get DRS on Phylaxis. This is a great battle here for 6th place between these two. So we're going on for a couple laps now, and meanwhile Alomouse has closed up on this battle too, so we have a 3-car battle for 6th place brewing up, and a battle for 3rd too. So all to look at here today. Still battles going on track, and there's very much a chance for a safety car as the race winds down. And Cyril complaining about flashes of contact between them. Here comes YAYYYY down. Let's try Alomouse down the inside. It's 3 cars, 3 wide going into the corner. That's not going to work. Backing out goes Phylaxis and Alomouse, and that goes Cyril into 6th place. Phylaxis is side by side with Alomouse off the corner. They almost make contact, and it's Phylaxis around the inside. Around the outside goes Alomouse. What a move at the no-name corner. Best move of the race by far. Alomouse around the outside. What an overtake. That was an incredible overtake there from Alomouse around the outside of the no-name corner. You never see that. And Cyril is now going to have to fend off Alomouse, who definitely will have better pace here. Alexic sets another fastest lap of the race, and Tice losing more and more time as the race continues. Tice and Alexic actually are on the same amount of ERS as of right now. And YAYYYY John heading off the corner. YAYYYY comes through the first corner. Alomouse now heading down the straight. And there he goes. There goes YAYYYY into 3rd, using his battery, and gets past Dervas. On the soft tyre goes YAYYYY. Meanwhile, Alomouse with the DRS on Cyril. This is the next battle we're going to watch. Is Dervas going to come back at him though? He's still with him actually, so Dervas is going to have a chance. But now let's look at the battle for 6th place between Cyril and Alomouse. Down the straight, Alomouse goes past him. Will Cyril make that place back? He cannot. Not close enough. Dervas though, sticking with YAYYYY John on the soft tyre. Obviously you need to preserve those softs so you can get to the end. So that's why they're still close together, and Cyril is close to Alomouse. So the battle for 6th and the battle for 3rd continuing on. Dan is losing time, losing touch with the cars ahead, but still pulling away from the car behind. Dervas has great pace in that Mercedes here, as he often does. He just has really nice smooth steering inputs, looking like a good midfield contender this season. And definitely the contender for a podium every single race. He has been ever since he started at Kota. Wonderful to watch. And as they head through Blanchimont, you can see Dervas now closing in on YAYYYY. Oh, he goes for moving the final chicane. He goes very defensive. I think he braked a little bit too early there. No, he doesn't. Great placement actually from YAYYYY as he heads off the corner now. And once again, for the 3rd race in a row, YAYYYY John and Dervas are making battles as Phylaxis spins out. and that's going to give Groundcrackers encouragement to get the place. Will he get the place? Heading towards Blanchimon. He's closing in rapidly on the Red Bull of Phylaxis. Groundcrackers currently last on the track, finally sees an opportunity to make a move, and Cyril meanwhile is right behind Hello Mouse for 6th place. We have 3 battles to watch now. Let's watch first of all the Dervas battle for 3rd place with Yeet Boy. ERS figures, it looks like Yeet Boy has the advantage in front of him, but Dervas has the DRS, so there he goes, straight past him down the straight. Dan slowly actually closing back in on this battle. Cyril just about has DRS on Hello Mouse in front. And Groundcrackers also has DRS on the car in front of him. As meanwhile the battle for is continuing. Cyril has lost touch with Hello Mouse in front, who's used a lot of battery there. And so too has Groundcrackers, who lost somehow a lot of time on Phylaxis. But the battle for 3rd continues on. What a race we're having here at Spa. Maybe not the battle for lead we would have wanted, but still an incredible battle before 3rd place. Nevertheless, the soft tyres working nicely for Yeet Boy, but Dervas holding his own on the mediums. Seems like a very even sort of race tyre between these two. Softs to the end. Oh, and Elijah almost spun out there at the final corner. That was very close. He was had a lot of oversteer as he came out of that corner. And Tyres will see as he gains about a second on him heading off the corner. And Yeet Boy is battling with Dervas. Can he make a move here? Yeet Boy heading into the final chicane. Is he going to go for a move down the inside? He's already made some very adventurous moves here this race. He does not. Groundcrackers has lost DRS range of Alexis, and so too has Cyril to Hello Mouse, but they're still very close and there's all to play for. Yeet Boy still right behind Dervas now. A safety car would absolutely spice up things now. Elizak has been using 0 ERS on the low speed corners so that he can gain his time in the straights. That's a good move there from Elizak. I think Ty should do the same. Meanwhile, there goes Yeet Boy back into 3rd ahead of Dervas. Cyril getting very close to DRS range of Hello Mouse again, who's not having a very good race here. This is the worst race of Hello Mouse's career so far. He's not a big fan of this low downforce track. Here we go though. Dervas down the inside. Can you make a move on him? No. Yeet Boy John defending nicely from Dervas. He's got good pace. Oh, he almost spun out, but he saved it. Into no name corner they go towards Puan now. In the battle for 3rd, Dan still keeping it honest. Keeping the gap modest, I should say. Heading down. He's currently 5th. Looking for 4th. If these two collide or they hold each other up too much, Dan is still there to pounce, very much so, as we've seen before. Meanwhile, Groundcrackers is closed in on Phylaxis again. Did he make another mistake? He had DRS range on him there. Phylaxis really struggling here today. So too is Elizak, as my stream has just died for Indy 500. Let's watch Dervas now heading down the straight. They both need to save DRS a little bit more, I think. Into the final chicane. Oh, and there goes, oh, Yeet Boy almost brake checked Dervas there on the chicane as he oversteered through the corner. And Dan is closing in rapidly now on these two in front, so this is going to get interesting for the battle for 3rd. We could see a 3-car battle as the race continues. Oh, and Groundcrackers right behind Phylaxis now. It's a battle for the position. Right on the outside of Bloodshot. Can he make the mistake? Side by side. No, he doesn't. But it's very close between the two of them. Heading into the final chicane. He goes for the dive down the inside of the final chicane of the bus stop. Meanwhile, Dervas goes ahead of the camel straight using DRS. And it's side by side between Phylaxis and Groundcrackers now. Heading through the final chicane. Where did that come from? DRS though. 4 Groundcrackers trying to get past Phylaxis for 8th place. And Yeet Boy's still right behind Dervas. Oh no, he locks up into turn 1. Big mistake from Phylaxis there. He half spun into the first corner. I think he touched the grass on the way in. And that gives Groundcrackers a secure 8th place. What a battle that was there between those two on the final sector. Side by side through Bluntschmont, and then a dive bomb from Groundcrackers made them side by side through the final part of the chicane. What an incredible position gain there from Groundcrackers. Meanwhile, Tice has gained a little bit of time on Isaac in the last lap. But the gap's generally been around about 6.2 to 6.4 seconds between them. Pretty consistently in the last few laps. Oh, Yeet Boy is actually almost losing DRS range to Dervas. Isaac has incredibly efficient lines, Tice. He's a very good driver. I'm telling you, that's why he won so dominantly at Kota. No, no, Tice. Isaac will turn off his ERS on the corners to turn it on for the straights. Oh, Graham Crackers! Has he gone off? Isaac uses hot lap on the straights and not medium. Yeah, I think he's just running less downforce than you, Tice. I can't lie. And he has better racing lines too, so I think he's faster on the corners as well, so it's kind of difficult to catch it to him. There goes YAYYYY, past Dervas into third place. Very nice move there from YAYYYY once again. This ding dong battle for third has gone on for the entire second leg of the race, ever since YAYYYY pitted. Yeah, he flags again. Is that for Lexus? It is, and he spins out, almost hit the wall. He stopped in the middle of the track in the final corner. Nice half spin from Phylexis. A safety car now is the only... This will be the last opportunity pretty much, this and next lap for a safety car, so... It's going to be very tough. Oh, Dervas, full commit there through Puan. Has gained a lot of time on YAYYYY. Will he make a move down the inside into the chicane? In the middle sector. Oh, he was at the back of him. He does at the back of him. Contact into the grass. They didn't spin out. What a save from both of them. What is going on? This battle for third is crazy. And Dervas is really being held up by YAYYYY here. I think he's trying to save ERS or something. Or maybe he's just really struggling for grip on the top. Oh, big crash on the final corner there. In Stavely. That should be a safety car. That was the whole thing. It is safety car deployed. Dervas gets a penalty. Hello there, Lightning. Welcome to the stream. Big accident and the safety car is out. YAYYYY oversteered on the curb and got hit into the barrier there by Dervas. That wasn't Dervas' fault. I think that penalty should be taken away, to be honest. But if it gets served in his... What was it? Yusuf's. It's only like 2 laps. Oh, hi Fabian. Fabian's watching the stream, by the way. Fabian, make a return to this league. You would actually have a chance to win races. It would be sick. Oh no, and Dan... They're not replacing it. Because he used all these sets in qualifying. Fabian said he might race again. He said okay when I told him to race again. Isaac hasn't pitted yet. So... Use... I don't know if it'll be the ones you've used at the start. I think, yeah, just use rush medium. How old are your tyres, Dan? How old are your tyres, Dan? How many laps have they done? Actually, I can just check, can't I? Wait, so Dan apparently has fresh softs. And so does Dervas. It says 0 laps, so it must be like, yeah, I think it just means like quali laps. It doesn't show quali laps on there. Yeah. Oh, Cyril crossed the pit lane exit line and gets a 10-second time penalty for it. That's unfortunate for him. Dervas had to serve the 10-second penalty which he got for crashing into YAYYYY. That was such an unfair penalty there from him. Oh my fucking god, I fucking hate the internet, bro. What the fuck is it doing? Just fucking load, you dumb prick. Jesus. Fucking hell. Okay. Happy now? Yes, you do need to join the Discord. Fabian can join. I'll warn you, Fabian, you'll have to be a reserve driver, but given how many people usually don't race, you could probably be like an Alpine reserve driver or something. For real. And Isaac leading the way has pitted for fresh mediums. Here we go. So there's a chance for Tice to win this race still, because Tice is on the soft tyres and Isaac pit for mediums. Very interesting stuff here, but that is completely fresh mediums. Wait, Dan, can you invite Fabian to the Discord so he can be a reserve driver? Yes, Fabian, I'll get Dan to add you to the Discord, and you can join our league as a reserve driver, and you'll be able to race pretty regularly because we don't usually have a full grid of people. We have only 10 people right now, obviously, so you'll be able to race again, hopefully. I'd like to see you race again because you definitely contend at the top of the field again, I'm pretty sure. Here we go though. So a late safety car is exactly what we want to see in this race, because that means, just like season 7, we're going to see a wonderful battle for the win. In season 7, if you remember, it was me and Tice battling for the lead. It was settled on the final corner of the final lap in a great battle for the lead, back when Tice drove for Mercedes and I drove for Haas. That was a great battle for the win, and Tice came out victorious by only a tenth of a second over me, and Tice is now second in the same position he was in that race, looking to win. This could literally be Season 7 all over again, because Elizik has dominated the race similar to how I did in that race, and has now had his lead taken away, and is on the less favourable tyre. So it's literally Season 7 set up all over again. Let's see if Elizik can fend off Tice with that incredible pace he's had today. It's all going to be about the right... Oh! YAYYYY retires! Has he crashed out? He did! He crashed under the safety car! Into the inside wall! Unbelievable! And he's out of the race! YAYYYY John, the driver second in the championship, is out! And he's now going to finish 8th! Sorry, 9th, sorry. Safety car in this lap as well. The field have to go real slow, because there's still loads of people that have to catch up. Dervas is trying to catch up to this pack of cars, trying to get into this lead fight. Oh, he might be able to get into 3rd place at the end if he catches up. What a shame for YAYYYY. Unbelievable. Family, he'll send a link soon after the race. We have like 2 laps. Dan's in the race, so we can't invite you right now. But yeah, we'll give you the link after the race, and that'll be right. Yeah, safety car is in this lap. Yes, it is. So it's 2 laps to go when we restart, which means we will have DRS because it's F1 not 23. That makes a big difference. So this is going to be a scrap to the end between Tice and Elizik. This is going to be all about using ERS on the penultimate lap of the race to try and get the advantage up front, and then defending on the final lap. So I reckon using half battery on each lap and calculating correctly is going to be pivotal in this race. As we come out the final corner now, it's Tice versus Elizik for the race win. Who's it going to be? Tice is all over the back of him on the better tyre as well. So this is a battle for the lead between Elizik and Tice. Can Tice get his first win of the season since Australia in the first race and be the second repeat winner of the season? Of course, Elizik being the first one. Let's see how this goes down into the first section of the lap. Both in hot lap as they head off the corner. Here goes Tice. He has the run on Elizik, it looks like. But it looks like the superior straight lines to Elizik is going to come into handy here. Here comes Dervas on Dan as well. It's the battle for first, battle for third as well. Alomas is in the battle for 2. And Tice and Alomas. Oh, and interesting, as Elizik is not using any ERS as he heads through this section of the lap. Trying to save battery, but he has less battery than Tice anyway. Down the inside goes Tice. That's opportunistic. Down the inside he goes. He doesn't make the move stick because Elizik chops the nose off on the inside. Great racing there for both of them. Respectful and aggressive. Tice all over the back of Elizik. This is going to be a phenomenal final lap of the race. A 3-car battle for third as well. What a finish to this Belgian Grand Prix we're having. Elizik runs wide. Here comes Tice now. Will he try and move down here? It wouldn't be very smart. He's going to stay in line. Dervas is now right behind Dan. And he has Alomas all over the back of him now on soft tyres. This is an incredible end to the race here at Spa. The top 5 are all in DRS range of each other. This is insane. This could be a phenomenal end to the race. There goes Dan. Tice down the inside at Stavilo. What a move by Tice. He goes down the inside of Elizik. He got a great exit off the corner. And I think he gave him the place. I can't tell. They both have similar ERS. But here comes Dan now down the inside of Elizik. It's a 3-way battle for the lead. As they head towards the final chicane at the bus stop. Here comes Elizik around the outside. And Dan now down the inside of Elizik. Does he make the move? No, he doesn't. That's side by side between the two of them. Dan is running out of ERS. Now it's Dervas down the inside. Contact. Dan spins out. 3 wide. Aloma spun Dervas into Dan. That was crazy. And now it's between Tice and Elizik for the race win. As they head down the Camel Straight. ERS between the two of them. This is going to be an intense finish now. It's a battle between Alomas and Dervas for third. And Elizik and Tice battling for first. Anything can happen at the end of the race. Elizik has the DRS. And he's using his overtake button. Tice needs to use a little bit to stay with him because he's going to have to be very close heading into the final sector. Will Elizik turn off his battery? Yes, he does. He has no battery being deployed, so he can save it for the final sector. Tice needs to be smart here, but it looks like he has the advantage heading into the final chicane on the final lap. This is going to be all to play for on this final lap of the race. Will Elizik make an aggressive move like he did in Monaco on Graham Crackers to try and take the lead of this race away from Tice if Tice gets ahead going into the final chicane? Meanwhile, Dervas is losing touch with Alomas, who has suddenly got incredible pace in that V-carb, and Dan's chances of a podium, of course, slipping away from him at the final chicane on the penultimate lap of the race. As they've both had pretty similar exits off that corner, this is going to be an intense end to the race. Oh, and that's a mistake from Elizik. This is so interesting here. As they come out the corner, Elizik slowing down. Tice just needs to be patient here. Heading into this final straight, he needs to get a good overspeed. Oh, and Dan spins out again. I don't think he'll lose 5th place, but it's going to be close. Heading down the straight, it's going to have to be all the battery deployment being used now. This is Tice's chance. He's going to get the overspeed coming off of Bluncherman. He needs to time this move correctly. Does he go to the outside or the inside? He has to go to the outside line. Eliza covers. What's it going to be now for him? Into the final chicane. Tice, will he get the switchback? It's close, but no, he's not going to make it. Incredible performance from Eliza as he wins with the fastest lap as well. Eliza wins the Belgian Grand Prix from Tice, just 2 tenths behind. Great performance there from Eliza. He used ERS at the perfect time. Tice should have used his ERS just a little bit sooner. If he did, I think he would have won the race. That cost him the victory there. And Dervas finishes 4th just behind the low mouse. Dan, unfortunately, gets spun out in a heated battle for 3rd place, which also was battling for the lead. What a finish here. Incredible. The Nazma Discord is not this. So Eliza wins for Tice 2nd, and it is a low mouse once again getting a podium out of nowhere this time, similar to... What a race, man. Incredible finish. That was one of the best ends to a race I've seen in NPL history between the top 5 cars and the penultimate lap. That was crazy. Heading into the final chicane. It was 3 wide there. Lomas tried to get a switchback on Dervas. I think that caused Dan to spin out. That was a very strange incident between those two. What a race though. So it is Eliza that wins the race here at Belgium from Tyson 2nd place, Lomas in 3rd, Dervas got 4th place from 10th on the grid. What a performance from Dervas from last to 4th. Dan unfortunately finishing 5th here today, but still a pretty decent performance for him. Ground Crackers finishing 6th place, Phalaxis in 7th, Cyril gets 8th, Ye Boy John in 9th crashing out under the safety car, Day the Goat crashed out on the first lap of the race unfortunately. He will finish as 10th to round out the top 10. What a race here we've had today. Thank you for tuning in to the Belgian Grand Prix. Eliza has extended his lead in NPL, and we'll see you next week. What race is next week? No one knows what race is next week. We'll tell you very soon, but it'll be a surprise Grand Prix, I suppose. See you next time.